Dipping into the self-help world is a mess of an experience. For an industry that is meant to help individuals succeed and grow in life, it is an industry that throws out all kinds of information at you, confuses you, and convinces you that this is the best solution and best course of action for you to take. With promises that you'll become a six-figure earner, find the love of your life, and be in peak physical health in just a few years if you follow some random plan, the industry is geared towards priming people with wild claims and in-your-face marketing tactics that get you excited rather than give you real results. Like so many other people, I was pulled into this industry in a very similar manner. But one thing that made me distinctive to so many of my wide-eyed peers is that I have thought differently about this industry and about my own growth. While I don't have any fancy cars or any kind of social status or like any of the obvious signs of success, I at least have the mental strength to see things through and discipline myself to remain focused. I have the groundwork established for what it means to succeed and thrive and grow in life, and overall develop a healthier mindset as a result of that. Which is still pretty impressive considering those at the top are having these utter meltdowns over the pettiest of reasons.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Part of that solution to avoid all of those meltdowns in your own life is to be building up your own mental strength, which is something that anyone is capable of doing if they're willing to put in the work. All that you really need is some viable strategies, which I am happy to be providing in this video, of course. And this first strategy is the one that has kickstarted a lot of my growth in my life, and that is simply trying new things. From this YouTube channel to traveling across Canada, these kinds of experiences have changed and shaped me in their own way into who I am today. And while you don't have to do anything as dramatic as travel the world or take these massive leaps of faith, you can still find value in doing something a lot smaller and something that is still new to you, or even something that you abandoned as a kid. If you drew a lot as a kid, like I did, you can consider getting back into drawing again and creating your own art and sharing it on social media. If you participated in sports as a kid, you could visit a local rec center and you can practice that tennis swing or badminton swing. Or you can kick some soccer balls or play some basketball or what have you. The point is that you want to be breaking up your routine just a little bit and to do something different that isn't going to inconvenience your life currently. By developing that habit, you are effectively changing a little bit about yourself and how you view the world. And in due time, you will eventually be able to find other like-minded individuals, which can even be better for your own mental health because you're going to be in a community. Another reasonable alternative to this strategy is to harness negative energy.
Let the hate flow through you.
With every self-help guru pushing the positive mantras and the good vibes only shtick, I can see why people think that negative energy is so bad. It sucks, and rightly so. But denying any kind of bad vibes means that you're denying your ability to process those emotions, to be able to respond to those emotions, and to be able to act rationally and with calmness and consideration. You're throwing all of that away by using your positive emotions as a crutch or a shield. And your problem-solving skills amount to simply avoiding the problem and keeping your head in the sand, which doesn't really work. That's not really how life tends to work.
But what does that have to do with anything?
No. He's got a point.
Life has a cruel or sometimes kind of sadistic way of twisting the knife and making you face similar situations again and again in your life if you don't choose to solve them. And so it's really up to you to learn how to deal with all of that and to come up with healthy solutions to those problems. And part of that is learning to process your negative situations or energy in a healthier manner than what you're currently doing. You have to learn to laugh at your own mistakes, or have these kinds of exit strategies where you feel pretty good even though the situation really sucks. You have to make your frustration and anger into something that's more constructive and that can change the status quo that your life is currently leading with. It's similar energy that we're seeing in the Tesla and Elon Musk protests that have been happening recently. That sort of energy can really help with changing how you view negativity and how to process all of that. And you want to be doing that because venting in these kinds of ways is a good thing, simply because it leads to you being more involved in your community. The same can be said if you're just hanging out somewhere and breaking up your mundane routine as well. This is all good because it allows you to just connect with individuals. It's one of the biggest deceits in self-help that your growth is just your responsibility and that you have to just do this entirely by yourself. And yet, I see in my own life time and time again that growing individually is not really the best way. I find that my own growth tends to be involved with other people around me, or at least some kind of key figures. And that is simply how growth and self-help should really be looking like and encouraging. No doubt you have had your own share of bad relationships or toxic individuals in your own life in the past. That shouldn't turn you off from just lone wolfing your problems for the rest of your life. And more importantly, those particular moments far outweigh the actual benefits that you get from finding your own community, finding your own tribe, as it were. And surrounding yourself with those individuals that can lift you up and support you. And a good way of finding your own tribe and group or community is to just be setting goals around all of that. While the main goal here is to build your own mental strength and ultimately de-stress yourself, my own experiences find simply setting small goals that excite me and working on them is more than enough.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Goal, however big or small that it is, sparks a small action that we can take, and that breaks up our entire routine and how we view the world and life.
A true, selfless act always sparks another.
It gives us, ultimately, a sense of control in our own lives. And as far as the actions go, they don't need to be like these overly dramatic things. As it turns out, a lot of growth and achieving goals simply come down to setting a very small and clear and simple goal. If you want to be fit, you're going to have to do some kind of sport, go for a nice long walk, or you have to go to the gym, perhaps with a friend, or find a workout buddy there, or hire a personal trainer to help you out with everything. If you want to be richer, then chances are likely that you're going to have to set up a side hustle or find a way to make your employer pay you way more money than you are being paid right now. Sometimes that might be joining a union. And really the biggest challenge that you should be facing when it comes to setting a goal is just getting started. Take it from someone who has been working on this channel for a very long time and has spotty uploads and is trying to build a consistent schedule. But even with all of those blunders, you still want to keep going at it. And that is where setting a goal that excites you can really help, because you can use that excitement to really push yourself, to really keep yourself accountable, and to be looking forward to doing this kind of stuff.
Let's do all the things that you want to do.
To use these kinds of experiences to give yourself energy, to lift yourself up and make you feel good about doing these kinds of things. And if you keep at it long enough and keep mulling it over inside of your head, you're going to find yourself capable of doing this stuff automatically and trying to build your life around it, or try to morph it into your own life and make it actually work for you. Even if it doesn't amount to much, still, the very act of trying to do something different and to be setting goals around it and lifting yourself up through a community and through healthy positive reinforcement is all just a very good loop to help you with building your own mental strength. And that has been my strategy for a very long time. But the other thing that you might be noticing as well is that these aren't exactly mental shortcuts or hacks. And that's really the point of it all. A lot of the industry focuses so much on trying to speed up the process and give you hacks or strategies that you can accomplish something in a matter of weeks or months. And that really becomes more of a distraction rather than something that's actually useful for us. A lot of gurus want us to be focusing on these very highs on pleasures and avoid any kind of pain, when in reality, a lot of our growth comes from those negative experiences, from negative encounters, from challenges that really push ourselves and force us to make changes and to reflect on ourselves. And the best way to be going about it now is to simply look at your own challenges that you are facing and ask yourself whether these are things that you want to be facing in your own life and how you want to be facing them as well, in the healthiest of ways possible. I find that simply using this process just makes it so much easier than using any kind of other mental tricks. And that is all that I wanted to be saying. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video and also to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much. I love you guys.